1 spoonful of apple cider vinegar in the morning will trigger these 8 things to your body. Did you know that just 1 spoonful of apple cider vinegar in the morning may activate more than 10 powerful changes inside your body, starting within minutes? In this video, I'll tell you exactly what happens when you take 1 spoonful of apple cider vinegar in the morning and how it impacts your metabolism, your gut, your heart, and more. Each benefit is unique, well explained, and rooted in how your body truly works. But before you jump in, always remember to consult your healthcare provider if you're on medication or have underlying health conditions. And don't go anywhere, stay tuned to find out who should completely avoid apple cider vinegar. Now, let's get started. 1. Boosts digestive enzymes and stomach acid. Waking up and sipping a spoonful of diluted apple cider vinegar may seem like a quirky wellness trend, but beneath that tangy taste is a biological boost your digestive system genuinely appreciates. As apple cider vinegar enters the stomach, the acetic acid it contains creates a mildly acidic environment that closely resembles the natural pH your stomach is supposed to maintain. This acidic signal is critical because it wakes up your parietal cells, specialized cells in the lining of your stomach that are responsible for secreting hydrochloric acid. Without enough acid, the digestive process slows down and food doesn't break down efficiently. But here's the trick. When acetic acid reaches these cells early in the morning, before your first meal, it primes them to be more responsive. Meanwhile, deeper in your digestive chain, there's another player at work, your chief cells. These are the cells that produce a key precursor to digestive enzymes called pepsinogen. When your stomach reaches the optimal acidic state, around a pH of 1.5 to 3.5, this inactive pepsinogen is converted into pepsin, the main enzyme responsible for breaking down dietary proteins into peptides. Without proper acidity, this conversion simply doesn't happen effectively. But when apple cider vinegar is consumed before eating, it gently nudges your stomach back into that ideal pH range. According to ResearchGate, apple cider vinegar at 2% in fish diets boosted digestive enzymes and immune markers significantly. Though done in fish, it suggests apple cider vinegar may naturally support better digestion and immunity in humans too. 2. Stabilizes blood sugar levels. There's something surprisingly powerful about how your body responds to a single spoonful of apple cider vinegar first thing in the morning, especially when it comes to balancing blood sugar. When acetic acid, the core component of apple cider vinegar, enters the stomach and starts its journey through the digestive tract, it doesn't just alter the gut environment, it also directly affects how glucose moves through your bloodstream. The first major player it influences is the small intestine. More specifically, it slows down the activity of disaccharidase enzymes that break down complex carbohydrates into simple sugars. This delay means that glucose from your food enters the bloodstream at a more gradual pace, reducing the chance of a sharp blood sugar spike. On a cellular level, another important shift is taking place, this time in your skeletal muscles, which are one of the largest storage sites for glucose in the body. Apple cider vinegar has been shown to increase the responsiveness of insulin receptors in these muscle cells. What that means is simple. The insulin that's already circulating works better, and the muscles absorb more glucose from the blood without requiring a spike in hormone levels. According to PubMed, a clinical trial in adults with type 2 diabetes found that 30 milliliters of apple cider vinegar daily significantly reduced fasting blood glucose. 3. Reduces morning hunger and cravings. Ever wonder why some mornings feel like an all-out battle with your appetite, while others seem smooth and controlled? That difference often boils down to how your body wakes up and balances certain hormones, and interestingly, a spoonful of apple cider vinegar may quietly shift that equation in your favor. The very first way this happens is through your stomach's stretch receptors, which are part of the enteric nervous system. These receptors send messages to your brain about fullness based not just on how much food is in your stomach, but also on how acidic the environment is. When apple cider vinegar enters your system, it adds volume and acidity to the stomach contents, triggering these receptors earlier than they normally would respond. The brain interprets this as a sign that the digestive process has begun, and as a result, it dials down the production of ghrelin, the hormone responsible for telling you you're hungry. Lower ghrelin levels in the early part of your day may mean fewer urges to snack mindlessly or reach for sugar-loaded options that give you a quick hit but crash soon after. It's a subtle nudge to your hunger signals that keeps you feeling satisfied, even if you haven't eaten anything yet. Another layer of this effect unfolds in the bloodstream, specifically through the impact of apple cider vinegar on glucose response. When blood sugar rises slowly and steadily, as it tends to after consuming vinegar, the body avoids abrupt insulin spikes, which are often linked to rebound hunger. But there's a deeper hormonal component at work here involving the gut hormone peptide, YY. This molecule is released when nutrient-sensing cells in the intestines detect acidity and digestive activity. Once released, peptide YY sends signals back to the hypothalamus, the part of your brain that manages hunger regulation, to suppress further appetite. What makes this powerful is the timing. Because apple cider vinegar triggers this release before you've consumed calories. It's priming your brain to expect less food and feel satisfied with smaller portions when you do eat. According to Elsevier, short-term studies found that vinegar with acetic acid significantly suppressed appetite for up to 2 hours and reduced food intake up to 24 hours after a meal. 4. Supports liver detoxification. There's something unexpectedly powerful about what happens inside your body when you kickstart your morning with a spoonful of apple cider vinegar. While most people think of it as a simple digestive tonic, it actually taps into something much deeper, your liver's detox pathways. When apple cider vinegar hits your stomach and starts working its way through your digestive tract, one of its earliest effects is on the production and release of bile, a digestive fluid created by the liver and stored in the gallbladder. The acetic acid in vinegar stimulates receptors in your gut lining that send feedback to the liver to release bile more effectively. Bile isn't just for breaking down fats, it's a vehicle that carries toxins, waste hormones, and excess cholesterol out of your liver and into the intestines for elimination. When bile flow is sluggish, these compounds may get reabsorbed into your bloodstream, causing fatigue, skin issues, and metabolic imbalances. But with the gentle stimulation from that morning vinegar, the liver's waste removal process gets a nudge in the right direction, clearing out excess substances before they build up and disrupt your internal balance. Beyond bile, there's a deeper biochemical layer where apple cider vinegar plays a role, supporting phase 1 and phase 2 liver detoxification enzymes. These are the enzymes that transform fat-soluble toxins into water-soluble compounds your body may excrete. The vinegar's organic acids, particularly acetic and malic acid, act as cofactors in these enzymatic pathways. Cofactors are like helpers that make the detox enzymes function more efficiently. At the same time, this acidic environment encourages glutathione activity, a powerful antioxidant your liver depends on to neutralize harmful compounds. With enhanced glutathione support, your liver is better protected from oxidative stress, which may accumulate not only from external toxins like alcohol or pollution, but also from internal sources like metabolic byproducts. According to Wiley, a study on rainbow trout with fatty liver disease found that up to 2% apple cider vinegar reduced liver fat and improved liver health markers like AST, GALT, and ALP. 5. Freshens breath and supports oral health. It's not just your gut or your liver that benefits from that early morning spoonful of apple cider vinegar. Your mouth, often the first place to reflect internal imbalance, quietly reaps the rewards too. As the vinegar makes contact with your tongue and oral tissues, the acetic acid begins to interact with bacteria that are responsible for bad breath, particularly anaerobic bacteria that thrive in low oxygen spaces like the back of the tongue and between the gums. These microbes break down protein particles and release volatile sulfur compounds, which are the real culprits behind that unpleasant morning breath. But the acetic acid in apple cider vinegar creates a localized pH drop that makes the environment far less hospitable for these bacteria to survive. Deeper within your body, another system gets involved, the salivary glands. Apple cider vinegar naturally encourages salivary flow, which is one of your body's primary defenses against oral issues. Saliva isn't just water, it's a complex fluid filled with enzymes, antimicrobial peptides, and minerals like calcium and phosphate that protect your enamel and gums. When you stimulate more saliva production, you help wash away food debris, balance oral pH, and deliver protective agents directly to your teeth and soft tissues. Especially in the morning, when your mouth is typically dry after hours of sleep, this boost in saliva helps flush away stagnant bacteria and promote a cleaner, more hydrated oral cavity. According to research, a clinical trial on children with cerebral palsy showed that daily use of apple cider vinegar significantly reduced plaque buildup and gingivitis over 6 months. Compared to manual brushing alone, the apple cider vinegar group maintained better oral health, especially from the 5th month onward. 6. Promotes heart health and blood pressure balance. You wouldn't think a simple morning spoonful of apple cider vinegar could have anything to do with your heart. But this age-old tonic has a quiet way of influencing the very systems that keep your cardiovascular engine running. As apple cider vinegar enters your body, its acetic acid begins affecting an important hormone system known as RAS. This system manages blood pressure by controlling how much sodium and water your kidneys hold onto and how tightly your blood vessels constrict. The acetic acid subtly downregulates the action of an enzyme called renin, which leads to reduced formation of angiotensin II, a compound that normally causes blood vessels to narrow. When this pathway is relaxed, your vessels remain more open and flexible, which naturally lowers resistance and helps maintain a healthier blood pressure range. At the same time, a second process is taking place that's just as critical. Inside your bloodstream, apple cider vinegar improves the lipid profile by supporting better cholesterol handling in the liver. It does this by increasing the expression of genes involved in fatty acid oxidation and reducing the accumulation of LDL cholesterol, the type that contributes to arterial plaque. The liver, acting as the central filter and processing hub for fats, becomes more efficient in breaking down and eliminating excess lipids, reducing their impact on blood vessel walls. The result is improved arterial health and smoother circulation, allowing the heart to pump more efficiently without overexerting itself. According to BMC, a meta-analysis of clinical trials found that apple cider vinegar significantly reduced total cholesterol, fasting plasma glucose, especially in people with type 2 diabetes, who consumed about 15 milliliters daily for over 8 weeks. These results suggest apple cider vinegar may support heart and blood sugar health with consistent, moderate use. 7. Provides antioxidant protection. Most people don't realize it, but when you take a spoonful of apple cider vinegar in the morning, you're actually giving your cells a layer of defense against oxidative stress. Inside apple cider vinegar are polyphenols, naturally occurring plant compounds that have powerful antioxidant activity. When absorbed into the bloodstream, these polyphenols interact with your immune system's white blood cells, particularly neutrophils and macrophages, which are the first responders to inflammation and infection. These cells, while essential, may also release bursts of free radicals during their work. The polyphenols in apple cider vinegar act like shields, neutralizing excess reactive oxygen species before they may harm healthy tissue. Deeper within your mitochondria, the energy generators of each cell, there's another critical line of defense that gets activated. As your body metabolizes the acetic acid from apple cider vinegar, it promotes the upregulation of key antioxidant enzymes like superoxide dismutase and catalase. These enzymes work inside your cells to dismantle free radicals before they may disrupt mitochondrial function. By supporting these natural defenses, the vinegar helps maintain clean, efficient energy production while reducing fatigue and cellular wear and tear. According to research, apple cider vinegar significantly boosted antioxidant enzyme activity and increased vitamin E levels while reducing lipid peroxidation. These results highlight apple cider vinegar's potential as a natural antioxidant that helps protect against oxidative stress. 8. Supports gut microbiome and digestion. We often hear the phrase "trust your gut," but what if that trust could start with just one spoonful of apple cider vinegar in the morning? The moment apple cider vinegar reaches your digestive tract, the acetic acid it contains lowers the stomach's pH in a way that mimics and supports your natural gastric acidity. This acidification plays a key role in creating a barrier against unwanted bacteria and pathogens that may enter the body through food. More importantly, it sets the stage for proper nutrient breakdown, which directly affects the kind of microbes that flourish in your intestines. When food is broken down efficiently, particularly carbohydrates and proteins, it reduces the fermentation and bloating that often occur from incomplete digestion. This cleaner process limits the fuel that feeds gas-producing, disruptive bacteria, giving your beneficial microbes, like Lactobacillus and Bifidobacterium, a better chance to dominate. As these friendly bacteria multiply, they help reinforce the lining of your gut and produce short-chain fatty acids, which support everything from immune function to mental clarity. Meanwhile, another essential process kicks in deeper in your gastrointestinal tract. Apple cider vinegar, especially in its raw and unfiltered form, contains trace amounts of naturally occurring prebiotics, complex plant compounds that act as food for your gut bacteria. These prebiotics, though minimal in volume, still provide the kind of fibers and organic acids that certain microbial strains thrive on. Once these compounds pass into the colon, they feed specific bacteria that promote microbial diversity, which is one of the strongest markers of a resilient gut. The healthier and more diverse your gut microbiome, the better your body is at absorbing minerals, modulating inflammation, and even producing neurotransmitters like serotonin. According to research, vinegar consumption reduced inflammation, increased immune markers like immunoglobulins and NK cells, and improved gut microbiome balance by increasing beneficial bacteria such as Akkermansia and Verrucomicrobia. It also positively influenced gut-related metabolites, supporting overall gut and immune health. Moving on, let's discuss who should avoid apple cider vinegar. It's important things you need to know. I know apple cider vinegar gets a lot of hype for its health benefits. You hear about it everywhere. And yes, it may do wonders when used right. But just like with anything powerful, it's not for everyone. If you're thinking about adding it to your daily routine, you need to know when it could actually do more harm than good. 1. People with stomach ulcers or acid reflux. If you already struggle with ulcers or severe acid reflux, apple cider vinegar may irritate your stomach lining and make things worse. You might end up feeling even more discomfort after taking it. 2. Individuals with low potassium levels. If your potassium is already low, hypokalemia, apple cider vinegar could drop it even further. That may cause muscle cramps, weakness, and even serious heart issues if not watched carefully. 3. Those taking certain medications. If you're on medications like insulin, diuretics, or heart drugs, apple cider vinegar might interact badly. It may amplify the effects of your meds and throw off your electrolyte balance or blood sugar levels. 4. People with sensitive teeth or dental issues. The high acidity of apple cider vinegar may erode your tooth enamel over time. If you already have sensitive teeth or dental problems, sipping vinegar could speed up the damage. 5. Anyone with osteoporosis risk. There's some concern that long-term use of large amounts of apple cider vinegar could reduce bone density. If you have osteoporosis or are at risk, you should definitely check with your doctor first. 6. Pregnant or breastfeeding women. There isn't a ton of solid research yet on apple cider vinegar's safety during pregnancy or breastfeeding. So just to stay safe, it's better to hold off unless your healthcare provider says it's okay. You might think that starting your day with just 1 spoonful of diluted apple cider vinegar is too small to matter, but trust me, the ripple effects inside your body are anything but minor. When I made it part of my morning routine, I was shocked at how quickly I noticed changes. If you're anything like me and always looking for natural, simple ways to stay one step ahead in your wellness game, this humble little liquid might be the easiest upgrade you've been missing. Now that we have discussed the many benefits of 1 spoonful of apple cider vinegar in the morning, let's keep the conversation going with a couple more videos. Shall we? Watch 10 powerful health benefits of eating peanut butter every day. You may also try our video on 10 powerful drinks that may help restore your bad kidneys. Go ahead, click one. Or better yet, watch both. Do you consume apple cider vinegar? Let us know in the comments below.